All right, so this is an act that says you have to be an American citizen to vote, which is already on the books. If you vote in our election, you're not a citizen, that's a crime. Okay? And in order to prove that you're an American citizen, you got to show an ID. When you register to vote, when you go to the polling place, when you mail in your ballot, whatever it may be. And it's called the SAVE Act. Safeguard American Voter Eligibility. It passed yesterday in the House, 218 to 213. Only one Democrat voted for it, Henry Cuellar of Texas. Only one. So you're going, wait, everybody knows that an ID in a situation where there are limits, okay, there are limits, and the limit here is if you're not an American citizen, you can't vote. The situation buying tobacco and alcohol has got to be 21. They say, it's on and on and on. When there are limits, you have to prove who you are. No, Democrats don't want that. Roll the tape.
The Save America Act is not an isolated piece of policy. It is part of a concerted effort by the Republican Party's leadership and this administration, this president, to centralize partisan power over American elections, to diminish the authority of American states, to once again stoke fear and mistrust of immigrants and in our electoral system, all for the partisan gain of Speaker Johnson and the White House this November.
Oh, bull. That's so much garbage I can't even, it's about, the guy hates Trump and the Republican Party. Okay, we got it. Diminish the power of the states. Only 11 states have mandatory voter ID laws. Only 11. And 14 states have nothing. You're going to walk in and vote. You don't have to show anything. These are the ones that are most permissive. California, of course, Oregon, Nevada, New Mexico, Minnesota, Illinois, Pennsylvania, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, Vermont, Maine, Massachusetts, Hawaii. Almost all Democratic states there. A couple of, in the middle, but I mean, that's just crazy. You can just walk in the street, walk into the polling place, vote, and nobody's going to know. Come on. Anarchy. Okay, so a Pew survey last August 25 said that 83% of Americans support voter ID. And a lot of Democrats in that 83. And then another one in October, Center Square Voters Voice Poll, I don't know what that is, says 71%. All right, so it's overwhelming that Americans, common sense, you got to show an ID to vote. But no, Democratic Party, no. We're not going to have it. Chaos, okay? So what happens now after the Department of Homeland Security doesn't get any money? Well, it shuts down on Friday midnight. Not ICE. ICE is funded, okay? But the Department of Homeland Security shuts down. So if there are bad guys lurking, that gives the bad guys an advantage. And they'll work something out. This is all about the Democrats grandstanding. Oh, we're for the migrants, and we don't want. But you have to understand something. And I've been doing this analysis now for the last week. There are about a third of American voters that don't want any immigration enforcement at all. That's way up. Now, they bought into the propaganda that friends and neighbors and the poor people and little children, they bought into all that. But about 30%, that's a lot of people. Yeah, come on in. Come on in. Everybody in the world. Everybody. And we went over this yesterday. And if you aren't a premium or concierge member of BillO'Reilly.com, we can't give you transcripts, but we do have the shows you can watch. We went over how many nonviolent offenses there are, because the propaganda is only 14% of foreign nationals that ICE has rounded up are violent criminals. Drug dealers who sell fentanyl, not violent. Child pornographers, not violent. On and on and on. You can steal as much as you want, no violence. You can run somebody over with your car. Run somebody over with your car, not violent. And they know that. The Democratic Party knows that it's a very narrow sliver, okay, of violent crime that they're talking about, 14%. Murderers, rapists, very serious assaults, that kind of thing. And I'm sitting there going, this is the biggest lie. I wrote a message of the day on BillO'Reilly.com. This is the biggest lie in the world. And they know it, but they justify it as we hate Trump, so we're going to say anything. And no matter what we say is okay because we hate Trump. The final thing, if you are interested in accuracy and having facts at your disposal, please become a concierge member of BillO'Reilly.com, because everything I say right now is transcribed and you get it free. So you can build like an archive, and then if you are involved with any kind of political debate, or you want to convince somebody, or your kids are nuts, or whatever it may be, you've got it there. And we back up everything we say. So you might consider that. So as of now, Department of Homeland Security is not going to be funded after tomorrow midnight.